So my question so far is, does bus life ever get any...
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel. If you can't tell, we are sitting outside.
We're on the side of a road,
Yeah.
but it's actually a cool little parking spot.
Super beautiful back there. But so you're definitely gonna hear some cars passing by every now and then.
Sorry about the road noise. But this is coffee and catching up with Megan and Landon.
So
Except
cheesy.
Megan drank all her coffee.
It's not coffee and catching up with Megan and Landon. Landon is like king of cheesy, I've decided.
I'm a dad. I'm just a dad.
So I'm gonna have water the rest of our video.
No, but we wanted to share with you guys like what we're doing, and we just left camp a few days ago. We've been really excited about this trip that we're on now.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all are kind of probably confused. Like, what do we do? What are we living? Bus life, blah, blah, blah. So let me try to catch you up really quick in a few sentences, and then I'll let him take over. So essentially, the beginning of the year, we obviously traveled from like January till the end of March, I believe. And then from April until September, we're technically contracted at a church camp that we've been working and serving at, that we actually both worked at when we were in college. So Landon's been like the assistant director there, and we've been living there, and we will be living there in the bus until the end of September, pretty much. We have several weddings in like September and October, so we're gonna do those like we had planned already. And then I guess basically we will be continuing to serve like remotely for them for camp till like the end of the year. But so yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's been happening.
So actually our plans for like the end of this year is after we leave camp for October, we'll be shooting a few weddings. We actually are shooting her sister's wedding in Cabo, Mexico, which we're really excited about. And then October we'll hang out around the East Texas area because we have
see some family.
Yeah, we have quite a few weddings, and we'll get to see family that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
But November, we plan on traveling a little bit north of Texas and going up to Branson, Missouri. Supposedly they have really pretty Christmas lights for that season, and so we'll go hang out with some friends there.
Yeah, we have some really good bus friends that are gonna be actually playing some live music shows there.
Yeah,
so
shout out.
cool. Arbor Seasons.
Arbor Seasons. But then we plan on in December going down to Florida to warmer weather, hanging out there for a little bit before going back home to family for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then 2024, we're really thinking that we're going to be traveling, hopefully, quite a bit.
Yeah, that's the plan.
We say we're only booking 5 weddings, so that way we can shoot a couple weddings, but also leave time and availability to be able to travel.
There's some pretty big factors that will play into timing of like traveling next year. We're personally not just really sure about those things, and the Lord could definitely change our plans any day.
Yeah. But speaking of traveling, we're currently traveling, obviously.
Yes.
We normally don't do videos like this where we're just talking, but we really wanted to catch you guys up on kind of our life and what's going on. And so we started traveling 4 days ago. We've had 3 travel days.
Plus, if you're wondering where Liam is, my mom actually came with us on this trip. It's like a 2-week-long
He's not
trip.
running wild in the woods.
He is
promise.
hanging out inside the bus with my mom, which has been super fun for her to come on this trip. But so we've been on the trip for like 3 days.
We can't let him go alone yet. He's not even 2. But anyway, so we've been traveling, and we've been coming to Colorado, which we made it here yesterday.
Thankfully.
We're not at our final destination, but we are in the state of Colorado.
Yeah.
We came up here for the Summit, which is a youth discipleship leadership trip that we've been a part of for many, many years, since I was in high school.
So we're technically here for work.
And we're going to be doing lots of video and promotional work for them, but we know them all personally.
Yeah.
So we're really excited for that.
The Summit also just like holds a lot of value and a lot of it's made a big impact in our lives, not even just our lives, but we brought students to this trip and we watched their lives be impacted by it. And so he came to this trip for several years whenever he was in high school. So it's just a really big thing.
But the craziest thing about all of this is 4 years ago on this trip, the Lord actually showed us that we were supposed to buy a bus.
I would say the Lord confirmed to Landon.
Definitely
that we were
confirmed
supposed
to me.
buy a bus.
Yeah, the Lord definitely confirmed to me.
I had it planted in my heart and been like begging kind of with Landon, like, can we please do this? Can we please do this?
Probably
I had been
for over a
searching
year.
stuff. Yeah. And he was like, babe, I really want to do this for you because I know it's something that you want to do. But I also want the Lord to like bless that and like for that to be a desire the Lord has placed on our hearts for a reason, and for there to be like a calling and an intention behind it. So then that's when this story comes in.
Yes. So 4 years ago on the summit, we were literally praying all week, like, God, we would love to buy a bus. It would be really cool.
Yeah.
But show us if it's something you want us to do, because
Yeah.
we're always busy anyways, and that would just be more work. So it's very evident that God showed and confirmed to me that we were supposed to buy a bus. So we went home after that week at the end of July, and we started looking intently for buses and found one in December of 2019. And then you guys kind of know, if you followed along, it took us a while to build a bus. We moved, we had a kid and all the things, but now we have the bus.
Yep.
We're traveling to the summit in the bus, so it's full circle.
It's like a full circle,
which
really
is why we've been so excited for this trip.
Yeah. I've also just been really excited, like, because my mom was getting to come with us, and we've never really done anything like a road trip type thing together. We went to like some vacations to the beach and things like that, but like this just seemed really special to me, and I was really excited. And so I've been praying like a lot, like, Lord, please just let it be a good trip. Please let all the things work on the bus, yada, yada, yada. And honestly, it's been a little up and down. And I made a post, so we kind of wanted to explain a little bit about what our trip has been like.
So my question so far is, does bus life ever get any easier? And I know we're not supposed to be asking you questions. Maybe you can ask us, but so far it's been a little difficult.
I also feel bad because I feel like we've had several videos in our YouTube like this year that are pretty negative, not towards bus life, but like we always want to show the real moments and the real things that happen. And so honestly, I would say probably 50% of our road tripping experience of bus life has been pretty dang hard. Yeah. We made it all the way to where we were going in January to Schoolypalooza and only had like one little hiccup in the road. And then we made it, like, we started making our way back home, and it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. We made it back home, paid a lot of money to a like international mechanic shop to do like a full work through of the entire bus,
overhead, transmission issues,
check it
all kinds of stuff.
And still are having issues. So we obviously know, like, we're going to continue to have issues. It's an old 2007 school bus. Yeah. It's got a lot of miles.
We knew going into it that obviously there's going to be issues.
But I wouldn't say that's the issue for us.
There is a hope at some point that it'll travel good, a little better, and well. Yeah. But really, we wanted to catch you up specifically on this trip. Yeah. And Megan had made a post recently about some issues that we're having. Yeah. And so
I just kind of want to explain that.
We were making this video.
Yeah, and back that up. Anyway, so our first day of travels, it was really hot.
Yeah, we left like central Oklahoma. Yeah. And we're traveling about 3 or 4 hours outside of Oklahoma City. And it was about 98 degrees when we left.
Which we expected it to be really hot. That's not really the biggest issue. I mean, that was definitely a little bit tough. And our engine is in the front of the bus. So a lot of people were asking me, like, why don't you guys just turn on your air conditioner? Well, we technically could. It's just a little bit of a sketchy situation because then the plug gets plugged in on the side of the bus, and then the wind and all the things.
Well, that's if we use a generator. We could turn on the AC and it would run for a few hours off the solar and our battery bank. But the issue is, like, the engine is pretty much a heater blowing in the front. So the cold air from the back never really gets... It doesn't really do anything when we have the engine on.
So in love with the aesthetic of a flat nose bus, but I think if we chose, we would maybe even get a dog nose.
Yeah, just so the engine might be outside.
Or we would get a flat nose with an engine in the back. But I don't know. We ended up picking the engine in the front because we thought, oh, we'll be able to see if there's an issue. We'll be able to hear it, blah, 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 blah. But you don't even need that. The bus just stops working.
Yeah, you don't need to hear things most of the time. It'll tell you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so day one, we traveled about 3 or 4 hours.
And everything was fine. It was just pretty hot. So that's not that big of a negative issue until the end.
Yeah, so we stopped at Target, got some coffee, did our thing, and then traveled about an hour and a half longer. And towards the end, we started having a little bit of like power issue with the bus. It was weird, but not a whole lot, maybe the last 20 miles. And then we got to our destination, stopped for the night.
Which this is the first positive of our trip. Our little boy Liam, if you haven't seen, is obsessed with Toy Story, Buzz, like spaceships, all those types of things. So the Harvest Host place that we actually stayed at,
it was the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and it was so cool.
Liam was like beyond excited. So I honestly think that might right now be like my favorite part of this entire trip so far. Yeah. Like he woke up that next morning and was like, spaceship!
So we got to play outside. We saw some planes. We saw the cool spaceship.
His birthday is actually the end of this next week, but we had a party early, and so he actually got a like spaceship rocket popper thing, and we got to like have fun with that morning. It was super beautiful. We'll probably show you a clip of that.
Yeah, and we'll make a full video of the whole week,
Yeah.
like traveling in Colorado and what we get to do. It'll be awesome, but we just wanted to catch you up with this. So day 2 of traveling, we took off from Weatherford, Oklahoma, and we were trying to make it to Amarillo. However, about 30 minutes into the ride, we started having power issues again. So I thought, let's stop at a mechanic before it becomes a big issue so that we can get it fixed, because in the past we've been stuck on the side of the road and the bus won't even start.
And then you have to pay like $600 for
like a mobile diesel mechanic. Anyway, so we started looking up shops, and I kid you not, we stopped at 5 shops and we spent 5 hours waiting on diesel mechanics on day 2 of our trip.
Pause.